Live, okay. Welcome everybody to this evening's stream of the game between the Hobart Bay Caribou and the tongue twister name of a team that is the Port Stanley Stachios. In net for the Caribou appears to be Alley Cat, as the Stachios seem to be going with Rogue as their starter for this first game. I'm joined here by Sleepy, who is my... Oh, they can't hear you. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, Sleepy cannot be heard by our viewers at home. I myself am your host, Baroob. That was not. That wasn't. That should not have picked up the sound of my water. Oh well. Apologies for the inconvenience, everyone. That's Pinks. Hello, Pinks.
Hello, am I heard on stream? Out of curiosity? I am. Are you the one streaming? Like, are you TDing Sleepy? I'll type, so I'm not just saying this in the stream here. Are you here, Brube? Are you good to go?
Yeah, I mean,
I think Sick is good enough. We'll get it rolling.
pardon me? Oh, we can go rolling? Okay.
Good luck, y'all. Bye.
We good to go? Oh, okay. Let's get this party rolling. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Puck drop on the... They don't have... apologies for the little shock there. Sillywinker walking in, as apparently the Caribou did not have a center there. Randy tried getting back in time, but he couldn't quite make the switch in time. By the time the Stachios got the face-off win. As Randy now, speaking of the devil, walking in, tries a shot. It's a little bit wide of the net. Richard P will regather down low. Makes a slot pass, but it's off the pad of Rogue. Or perhaps he sticked it aside. Didn't quite get a clear sight on that one. I'm a computer now with the slot pass. Just wide of his teammates in the slot. As Randy now fighting with silly Winker for it. And Winker will rim the puck around to Pastala on the right wing. Sends it back cross ice to Silly Winker. Tries another cross ice pass, but Richard P is there this time for the Caribou. So now Richard P with the shot, saved by Rogue. Tries to get the rebound shot off, but unfortunately cannot corral the puck. Now battling with Huzz in the corner. Drop pass to Computa at the point. Picked off by Silly Winker. And now the Statues will have a 2-on-1. Silly Winker walking in, backhand forehand, backhand shot saved by Alley Cat. Great save from Alley Cat there to deny the Statues on a great opportunity. And Silly Winker now battling for it along the left wing. I'm a Computa helping the Caribou defense recover. Tries to get it into the ozone, but the Statues will dump it back in. Alley Cat tries to make a play on the puck, whiffs on it though, and Shavante will gather. Tries the clear, but it's blocked by Alley Cat, and Einik will look to pick him off. Fortunately, Alley Cat is able to make the clear. As a shot on Sillywinker was tipped by a Caribou player, but Alley Cat will nonetheless make the clear on that one. As Pastala now on the right wing for the Statues. Tries a stretch pass, picked off by Randy. Randy tries an ozone entry, but the defense for the Statues, quarterbacked by Huzzington, will win that battle. Huzzington, though, with a turnover. Not the best angle there, but Sillywinker will come over to help him. Richard P now going for the 50 with Sillywinker, and he will win it. Tries the backwards pass rather. Time a Computer does so successfully. Computer now with the shot wide of the net. Rogue nonetheless shooting it back up the ice, where Alley Cat will now get the chance to make a pass. Tries the clear, almost blocked by, I believe, Einik, but the pass is nonetheless complete to Randy. Shot from outside the faceoff dot, saved by Rogue. Great save from Rogue there, as that one looked quite dangerous. Shavante now entering the ozone for the Caribou, but the puck is sticked away by a great poke check from the one, the only Huzzington. Randy now walking in on the right wing. Slot pass to Richard P. Shot! Blocked by the Statues there, and Rogue just chests it aside. Huzzington will regather in his own zone. Statues looking to counter. Tries a stretch pass to Sillywinker. Is unable to complete it though. As Randy now clears the puck. Richard P giving chase. Huzzington fighting with it over the puck in the corner. Tries to flick it onto the net, but hits the side of the net. And now the Caribou will have to regather in the neutral zone. Computer dumping it in from the right wing. Shot was wide of the net, and Rogue just dumps it back up the ice. Some no-nonsense defense there from Rogue. Shavante will now lead the counter for the Caribou. Tries a stretch pass to Richard P. But unfortunately, Richard P cannot get the touch to corral that puck on that great stretch pass from Shavante, who will now take the puck up the right wing in the neutral zone, entering into the O-zone, trying to cut into the slot. Elects to go out wide. Shot from the face-off dot, saved by Rogue. Great save from Rogue there on a face-off dot shot from Shavante. Meanwhile, a slot pass to Richard P. Tries a slot shot, I believe, but whiffs on it. Randy comes over to help. But unfortunately, Husington will poke it away from him. Postala trying the centering pass to Rogue, but it was his own zone, and Rogue is fortunately able to prevent a Caribou chance there. As Silliwinker tries the slot pass to Nick. Nick was sitting backdoor, but is unable to make something out of that one. Meanwhile, Alley Cat steers away a puck. That was redirected in his way. Puck now bouncing back into the Stachio zone. Postala trying the sideways pass. Whiffs the first time, gets it off the second time. Husington cross ice pass from the right wing, picked off by Richard P. Puck bounces to Alley Cat, whose clear is tipped by Silliwinker. Could have been a dangerous play there, but fortunately the Caribou do not pay the price, as that is period 1 coming to an end. It's been saves all throughout this first period. Puck drop now here, underway on period 2. Randy gets the first touch. Silliwinker comes in on the forecheck, but the Caribou will nonetheless win the face-off. As Richard P now walking into the slot, the shot saved by Rogue. Almost put it into his own net there, but fortunately the sideways clear ends up wide of the net. Postala now leading the counterattack on the right wing, entering the O-zone. Cross ice pass to Silliwinker, hits the shaft of his stick, and is unable to make something out of that one. The Caribou now looking to counter. I am a computer, centering pass to Randy, just wide. Husington moving up. Makes another sideways pass here to Einik. Goes down low. Tries a no-angle shot from the right wing there on Alley Cat. Hits the side of the net. As Einik then got the puck back. Tried a centering pass to Husington, but unfortunately, the Stachios cannot score. Randy now battling with Postala down low in the Stachio zone. Richard P now gets the puck off after a weird bounce. Shot on Rogue is saved. That was a great chance there for the Caribou. Unfortunately, they are not. The Stachios are not made to pay by the Caribou. The latter will definitely be hoping to have that one back. The Richard P now dumps the puck up the ice. Don't know if that was just a dump or if he had something else in mind, but nonetheless, the Stachios will now lead the counter. It's a little 50 there between the two teams, and the Caribou come out on top. Shavante stretch pass to Richard P. Cross ice pass, wide of any teammates, but Shavante will try to gather on the right wing. Whiffs the first time, or perhaps he was faking, and then dumps it in low. Takes a little bump from Silliwinker. As Husington now takes a bump from Richard P, whose forecheck leads to a slot shot that was not meant to be for the Caribou. Randy could not pull the trigger on that one, as some good slot defense from the Stachios denied him an opportunity. Shavante now. Pass to the right wing. Richard P has it. Walking in. Up the right wing. Tries a slot pass. Blocked by Husington. Makes another centering pass to Rogue. Randy rather, but Rogue was in the way of that one and prevented a great chance for the Caribou. The Stachios now looking to counter. Postala again on the right wing. Tries a stretch pass, blocked by the face of Richard P. He'll be needing some stitches after that one. The shot now from the blue line is blocked by Shavante. Einik, the forechecker for the Stachios, is unable to make something out of that play. So the Caribou will now counter. A little 3-on-2 here. Richard P on the right wing. 3-on-3 now. Pass to Randy backdoor, but Rogue got to it before Randy and prevents another great opportunity for the Caribou to get a great goal-scoring shot opportunity. Randy now dumping it in. Einik regathering for the Stachios on the left wing. Makes a little board deke there. Puck ends up behind him. Spins around, but Randy comes over to pick it off. Silliwinker with a great forecheck. Alley Cat and Silliwinker will go for a 50, and Alley Cat will come out on top of that one. Silliwinker gave Alley Cat a good bump after that one. Puck is now in the neutral zone, picked off by the Caribou. Richard P. shot from the blue line, saved by Rogue. That one was dangerously close to going in, but Rogue nonetheless able to keep his clean sheet. As Richard P now tries a slot pass to Randy, but ends up a bit wide, and Randy will have to go to the corner to get it, where he is picked off by Postala. Some great defense there from Postala, who is again moving up that right wing. Tries a shot from outside the face-off circle, but it's wide of the net. Alley Cat was nonetheless all over that one. Had it been on net, would have probably been a save. Randy now walking in for the Caribou. Ozone slot shot, saved by Rogue. Great stick save there from Rogue. That was an amazing save, really, to keep his clean sheet in this one. I'd certainly have to say he's had the better hand of Alley Cat in this one, as Richard P shot there from the high slot is wide. And as I was saying, Rogue definitely seems to have been able to make more saves in this one than Alley Cat. But Alley Cat will nonetheless be happy with having less danger in his zone, as Salywinker looks to change that, but I'm a computer will pick it off. 3-on-3 here the other way, but Einik with a good poke check sends the puck back into the neutral zone. A funny bounce leads Salywinker, and on a breakaway, the shot saved by Alley Cat. And then he falls over mysteriously. Lost his balance on that one. Great save from Alley Cat. And he seems to have been struck down by Zeus in retaliation. As Richard P. The board? No, I don't really have too much of a clue. I know Huz from the Napple. So my Napple side would want me to glaze Huz, but we will be impartial for PHL duties. Second period drew to a close, same as the first, 0-0. Plenty of opportunities, no goals. Let's see if that changes in the third period. Face off again, won by the Caribou. And Richard P walking in on the left wing. Shot, saved by Rogue. Sticks it aside. And at the sideboards, Einik will regather. Dangles past Shevante. Tries the pass there, but it's picked off by Shevante. And his attempt to carry the puck into the O-zone is unsuccessful. Puck bounces into the Caribou zone where Alley Cat will attempt a stretch pass. Richard P drops it off to Randy at the red line. Tries to move up the right wing. Unfortunately, didn't get the best momentum after that first touch. And the Stashios are going to make life hard for the Caribou on this O-zone pressure. Great pass from Randy, finds Richard P in the slot. Great save from Rogue there. What a stick save from Rogue. It was all over that one. As Randy now will regather, going into the O-zone. Tries to cut out wide and center a pass, but a good stick from the Stashios prevents that. Stretch pass up the right wing. Einik battling with Randy. Wins. Centering pass. Salywinker with a great opportunity. Unfortunately, could not pull the trigger that time. And he attempts a wraparound, but Randy with a great defensive play to prevent an S-tier chance for the Stashios to take the lead in this one. Huzington now. Cross ice pass to the right wing. Little 50 results in Postala getting it. Passes it over to Einik. Cuts to the right wing. Shot from the face-off dot. Saved by Alley Cat. That was incredibly close. Looked like it was going a bit wide nonetheless, but Alley Cat with a little header there to steer the puck aside. Huzington regathering now in his own zone. Tries to clear off of Randy's stick shaft. And the Caribou will get the puck back. Richard P passed to a wide open Randy. But his attempt at a shot or pass, whatever that was unsuccessful. As he'll now move past Gretzky's office. Tries a drop pass to Richard P, who was in Gretzky's office, but that pass was tipped a bit wide by Richard P. Unable to get a good touch on that one. A Salywinker there crashes into the boards. He might be needing to go see the team medic after that one. Shevante and Einik battle for it now in the Caribou zone. Einik battling for it down low now with Computa, but Computa will win that one. Richard P now chipping the puck up the boards for himself. Centering pass to Shevante is just behind his teammate. But Shevante will nonetheless manage to get the puck at the boards. Tries to loop around and center a pass, but is unsuccessful. Both teams battling for the puck now in the neutral zone, but it will bounce out into the Caribou zone, where I'm a Computer will win the puck back and make a pass along the backboards to Shevante. Cross ice pass finds Randy. I'm a computer now. Trying to enter the ozone, unsuccessful there. The Stachio's counter is quickly shut down by a good neutral zone press from the Caribou. The ensuing stretch pass leads to Pastala battling for it in his own end. He's on the left side of the ice now. Had plenty of action over on that right wing in the first two periods. As Husington now moving along the left wing. Shot on Alleycat saved. Rebound almost found the stick of Einik. But unfortunately for the Stachios, Einik was unable to pull the trigger on that one. As Sillyrinker now walking in, slot shot is wide of the net. Oh my days, that was a great chance for Silliewinker. He put it miles wide of that one. Husington now trying to get one back for the Stachio centering pass off the pads of Alleycat. And Randy will try to clear. Silliewinker blocks the clear though, and Alleycat whiffs on the ensuing clear attempt. Silliewinker again trying to wrap around, but unfortunately, the Stachios cannot get anything going on that ozone pressure. Richard P may have something for the Caribou here now. The other way, Richard P trying to walk in, whiffs on the puck. Tried to dangle there, and just totally whiffed on it. Truly unfortunate for the Caribou. Pasolano cross ice pass is off the shaft of the stick of Einik. Shavante bumping Silliewinker as the stretch pass from the Caribou just misses Randy. Pastala will pass to Husington on the left wing. And a 50 there, but he nonetheless keeps the puck for the Stachios. But on the ensuing stretch pass, turns it over. Both teams fighting for it in the neutral zone now, and the Caribou will be able to get the upper hand there. Randy tries a shot from out wide, but on his backhand, unable to hit the net. Husington and Richard P battling for it. Richard P drop pass to Randy. Tapped it over to his teammate, I'm a computer, but they collided. No one could pull the trigger. And it seems this game is going to overtime. Free hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Subs, don't appear to be any. Marc-Andre Pinky is on the bench, though. He was doing pretty well in one of his games a few days ago. Well, that was in his Napoli game, which I happened to be watching, but nonetheless, he seems to be in good form right now. Stachio is now winning the faceoff, entering the ozone. Einik tries the shot, but it's blocked by Ama Computer, whose clear will result in a 50 between Pastala and Randy, but Randy wins that one. Shot from out wide is saved by Rogue. As Richard P now in Gretzky's office, fighting for the puck, but Husington picks it off. In the neutral zone, Shavante regathers for the Caribou, but his attempt to dangle into the ozone is unsuccessful. Fortunately for the Caribou, the Stachios' breakout was not the best there, and they couldn't get the best opportunity on the counter to make the Caribou pay. Richard P now with an accidental elastico on the clear, and the Caribou will have to get the puck back into their own zone. Own zone, rather, not ozone. Husington clearing from his own zone, but the stretch pass is wide of the stick of Silliewinker, and Shavante will win the puck back. Pass around the boards to Richard P. Puck bounces over to Silliewinker now, who will now try a wraparound, but it hits the side of the net and doesn't quite bounce in the way that was going to be fortuitous for the Stachios. Silliewinker again with a chance. Shot from face out wide of the net. Top right corner looked like it was open there, but just cannot hit the target. Einik tries a pass to Silliewinker. However, it's unable to find him, as Shavante will clear for the Caribou. Richard P in the ozone. Puck bouncing around in the Stachio's own zone. Centering pass from Randy. Goes to Rogue, bounces it off the boards, and took a couple of funny bounces there. Didn't quite see what was happening as Rogue's body blocked my view, but fortunately the Stachios do not pay the price of defeat. As Einik there bumping into Alleycat. The Caribou will certainly be hoping to make him pay for even considering such a disrespectful act towards their goalie. As Husington now in Gretzky's office tries the wraparound, and it's in. Einik taps it home after Husington's wraparound. Sat on the goal line, I believe. See on the replay, Husington walked in, entered Gretzky's office, wraparound behind the pads of Alicat, and Einik just stuffed it home. It was in Alicat's face only a few moments ago, and he'll certainly be in his, and he was in his face there, scoring the game-winning goal. Quite a fascinating contest. Their Stachios, I would say, were more of the counter-attacking team in that one. Caribou seem to have more controlled attacks. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, the Stachios come out on top in game one, 1-0 in overtime. Surprisingly, the Stachios will change goaltender. Otter now in between the pipes. Rogue had a pretty solid game, so interesting to see that they've elected for a goalie change. Perhaps they're trying to give their backup some minutes here. They're content with the win in the first match. Extra subs include Yo Dead Guy, Beastly Italian, Keith and G Dillon. So I believe a fully new lineup for the Port Stanley Stachios here. As on the flip side, the Hobart Bay Caribou have subbed out Shevante and brought in Scrappy Jim, and Ima Computer was subbed out for Prada. So the Caribou have kept 3 of their starting players from game 1 in this one. Stachios appear to be pretty confident of something, of exactly what, only they would know, but that has nonetheless driven them for a complete lineup change. Surprised me, definitely. Oh, everyone has to play, okay. So it appears for registration reasons, the Stachios have had to rotate their whole lineup. Waiting on what? Teams, okay. Yeah. G Dillon, they're. Wait, what? Oh god, you don't. Oh no. Red Bull, we're still waiting on that response. So if you're watching, you can do some crazy stuff in this game. That's my sales pitch to Red Bull. Trying to remember if there was. Yeah, Ottinger. Okay, that's who's nicknamed Otter. So Stachio's goalie might be a Dallas fan here. So we can see in a post-game interview if that theory is true or not. Production in the server. Oh, okay. So broadcast 1. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can. Oof. Alrighty. Puck drop is underway on the second leg of these two fixtures. And for a change, it's the Stachios winning the face-off. They did the same in the overtime period and ended up scoring, so they'll be hoping to have a repeat of that in this first frame of the second leg. Scrappy Jim tried a centering pass there for the Caribou, but some good slot defense prevented a shot on goal, as Yo Dead Guy prevented me from catching a case of the commentator's curse. Stretch pass now finds Keese down low. Rims it around to Yo Dead Guy. Tries the centering pass, but it's blocked by Richard P. And Scrappy Jim will now try the pass up to Richard P, but unfortunately, he cannot get it on the left wing. Instead, it's Prada now for the Caribou on the right wing. Shot from way out wide is also way wide of the net. As now the Stachios will look to counter. He's dangling past one. Tries the centering pass, but Randy picks it off. Beastly Italian came in there to help the Stachios forecheck. Got it in low. And the shot there from a wide, not in the back of the net somehow. I don't know how that happened. A gaping hole in the net there. Alley Cat way out of position. But good angle and aura have saved Alley Cat in this one. As Scrappy Jim, I think, phased through Alley Cat there. I think it's just a bad angle. Might need to get my glasses. Keese now with the drop pass along the left boards to Yo Dead Guy. Centers a pass to Beastly Italian, but the shot did not have the juice it needed to get to the target. That being the mesh behind Alley Cat. Randy now, high slot shot, wide of the net. Randy again fighting for the puck. Goes into Gretzky's office where he whiffs on the puck and unfortunately turns it over. As Keese now tries the stretch pass, but he is unable to make something out of that one as the Caribou will now counter. Prada with a little Kucherov no move deke. Past one defender for the Stachios but couldn't get past another. As G. Dillon will lead the counter for the Stachios. Drop pass along the right boards. Keese has it poked away by Richard P. Beastly Italian will recover. Tries a shot, but there appear to be 3 Caribou players in the way of that one. Excluding Alley Cat, of course, between the pipes. Puck bounces over to Beastly Italian. Makes a cross ice pass to Yo Dead Guy. Richard P pressuring. The dump results in a shot on Alley Cat, but that was quite an easy save. Caribou now attacking Randy, left wing, pass into the slot. Blocked by the Stachios defense. Prada now tries a stretch pass to Richard P. 54 with Yo Dead Guy is won by the one and only Yo Dead Guy. Scrappy Jim with a slot of a shot from outside the blue line rather, but unfortunately blocked by the defense of the Stachios. Play was so unexpected, ruined by commentary flow. As Prada now recovers for the Caribou in his own zone. Looking to lead another counter. Stretch pass blocked by G. Dillon's stick. Great block from G. Dillon, and he might be in on goal here. Shot wide of the net. Alley Cat got a stick on it just for funsies. He's now rimming the puck back to G. Dillon, who was unable to make something out of that one. Took a bad touch, lost the puck. And now things will go the other way. But the Stachios defense has recovered. Beastly Italian cross ice pass to the left wing, where Yo Dead Guy will get the puck. Tries a backdoor pass to G. Dillon. Successful, but G. Dillon unfortunately unable to make the Caribou pay, as he got another shot off there, I believe, but hit the pads of Alley Cat. I believe it was Keese who got the last shot off, but it was blocked by a Caribou defender. Randy now chipping the puck up the right wing boards. Richard P battling for it. Tries the drop pass, but Unfortunately, the Stachios will win that one. And the Stachios have a little 3-on-1 here. But the period comes to a close before they can make anything of it. Great opportunity for the Stachios on the counterattack there, but unfortunately, the buzzer shuts down that counter. Puck drop has been undertaken in period 2 here. And this time the winner is not so clear. Both teams battled for it, won and lost possession quite a few times each. But in the end, it will appear the Caribou are the ones who lead the first attack of the game. Prada is unable to get a clean ozone entry. And the Stachios will dump it back out. Randy shoots it onto Alley Cat. That was a weird play. As GDL now with the shot wide of the net. Again, that top right corner is gaping open. Alley Cat way out of position there, but unfortunately, he's now made to see some deja vu there after last game's OT winner. Arter now with a dangerous pass out. It's picked off by Prada. Had Richard P intercepted it, it could have gone much worse. There's a shot from the Caribou there, from the point is blocked. Randy will get it in low, but unfortunately, there's no forechecker there to win it back for Hobart Bay. Scrappy Jim now tries sending past Richard P, but it's just past the stick of Richard P. And the Caribou still cannot score in this one. Prada now trying to attack, but as a last man back, he turns the puck over, and Keese might be in on a breakaway. Shot from Keese is saved by Alley Cat and sticked away by somebody. Didn't quite see who, but saved nonetheless. Shot from the blue line by the Stachios is way wide of the net. The Caribou try a stretch pass to Richard P, but puck ends up in the corner, which is where he will try to win it. Stachios' defense does a good job of defending that counterattack from the Caribou. There's Randy now on the right wing. Gets past Keese. Moving in. Up the right wing. Past G. Dillon. Chips it up over to the left wing, where Richard P will win it. Tries a back pass to Prada, but those two weren't in the best of positions to deal with that one. As G. Dillon is in here on a breakaway. Can he make it 1-0? No, he cannot. Shot is wide of the net. Great opportunity there for the Stachios on the counterattack. But they cannot make the Hobart Bay Caribou pay the price on that one. Randy now on the right wing. Tries to get a stretch pass to the streaking Richard P. Does so successfully, but he had to cut back to win the puck there. Tries a slot pass, but unfortunately, Caribou have 3 people in the neutral zone. And that pass was unable to result in scoring opportunity for Caribou. As meanwhile, Keese is laid out by someone or something. As for who or what, we have no clue. Richard P walked in there on the 2-on-1, but whiffed the pass attempt. There's Randy now. Gets the puck in the ozone. Back pass to Scrappy Jim. Shot blocked by Beastly Italian. Richard P centering pass just under Randy's stick. That was a great chance for the Caribou to get their first goal against the Stachios in these two leg of fixtures that they're playing here. But unfortunately, they are still being held scoreless by the goalie tandem of the Stachios. Another neutral zone shot on Alley Cat there is easily cleared out by him. As the Stachios now being heavily pressed by the Caribou, but they nonetheless managed to get it out, and they might have a 3-on-2 here if they play their cards right. But unfortunately, Richard P with a good back check there to spoil the party. Cross ice pass. Finds Scrappy Jim. Tries a shot there, but it's poked away by Yo Dead Guy before anything could come out of that play. G. Dillon now walking in. Shot from just inside the faceoff dot is tipped by his stick. And unfortunately, the Stachios cannot get their first goal of the game on that attack. G. Dillon now hoping to get exactly that on this attack. down low, battling for the puck. Rims it, but Richard P intercepts. Richard P now cutting up the ice. It's forechecked by two Stachios players, and G. Dillon will gather on the right wing. Centering pass, nobody there to win it though, unfortunately. And Port Stanley and Hobart Bay are still seemingly poised to go to overtime. G. Dillon hoping to change that before the end of the second period. Can he do that? He cannot. Randy with a great stick lift there. And unless there's a miracle here, I think this period will be ending scoreless as well. Period 2 draws to a close, and just like the first two periods of Game 1, this one is scoreless. I did not think the total rotation from Port Stanley would pay off, but they haven't seemed to have suffered any drawbacks after doing so. They seem to be playing just as well, if not better, than they did in that first game. As now period 3 is underway. Port Stanley winning the faceoff this time as they dump it in, but Alley Cat will clear. Still out of position. Yo Dead Guy tries a shot, but just wide of the net. As Alley Cat's still out of position. He's gonna be tired after going to get that puck. G. Dillon tries to make something out of that one. Finds Beastly Italian on the right wing. Shot from the faceoff dot. It's way wide of the net. Great chance there as Alley Cat was deprived of stamina. And Port Stanley again unable to make the Caribou pay. Keys with the draw pass to Yo Dead Guy. Moving up the left wing. Tries to cut into the slot. Almost does so successfully. There's just too many opponent sticks in the way for him to be able to do that. Scrappy Jim tries a clear, hits the side of his own net though. Fortunately, he is able to recover. That would have been an embarrassing own goal. As now the Stachios will enter the O-zone. G. Dillon on the right wing. Tries a slot pass, but Scrappy Jim just barely gets enough of the puck to corral it. And he finds Richard P on the stretch pass. Slot shot. Saved by Otter. What a save from Otter. Shot down the 5-hole. And Richard P will be fuming that he has yet again failed to score on a great opportunity in this pair of matchups between his team and the Stachios. Stachios now looking to put one in the Caribou net, but unfortunately unable to do so. Randy now shot from the faceoff dot just wide of the net. That was a great chance from Randy as well. Top left corner looked like it was open. Just unable to make them pay. Meanwhile, Keys here on the breakaway. A shot is saved by Alley Cat. Another great opportunity. Back and forth action in this one. Third period giving us much more to relish than the first two. Still deprived of that goal. There's a Randy now looking to change that. Shot on Otter, sticked aside. Prada centering pass. Tipped by Randy, unable to find a teammate or the back of the net. Alley Cat now looking to clear from his own zone. Does so successfully. G. Dillon tried the bunny hop forecheck. There's a shot from way out wide on Alley Cat. Off his pads. That one almost went 5-hole. There's a cheeky play from the Stachios, who seem to be dominating this one now, but unfortunately, they are unable to make Alley Cat pay. Richard P tries a stretch pass, but he's unable to find Prada as Otter will make the sideways pass to Yo Dead Guy, whose breakout pass is intercepted by Richard P, cutting along the right wing. Tries to make something out of that one, does so unsuccessfully. G. Dillon now moving up the left wing. Drop pass to Keys. Shot on Alley Cat is wide. Instead finds Beastly Italian in the corner. Moving it to Gretzky's office. Tries the wraparound, hits the back of the net. As Yo Dead Guy beats Scrappy Jim to it on the forecheck. Beastly Italian again trying a shot from way out wide, but didn't have the best of angles, and he nonetheless failed to hit the target. Caribou on the counter. Richard P tries to move into the slot. Does so successfully. Shot on Otter. Saved. What a save by Otter. Richard P just flicked down on Otter, but unfortunately, number 29 is locked in between the pipes. East now leading the counter for the Stachios. tries a centering pass, but 3 Caribou defenders were there in the slot to prevent a good scoring chance. Richard P on the counter. The shot from the slot is in! What a goal from Richard P! He finally gets his goal. I think he was just poaching on that one. Playing the poacher role to perfection there. Just walked in, got it into the slot on the edge of the face-off circle, and just chipped it up over Otter. Great goal from Richard P. And with 1 minute left, if you had to place your bets, I'd put them on the Caribou. Not much time for the Stachios to get back in this one. As the first 10 seconds after this goal, they still haven't gotten the puck into the ozone. Keys looking to change that. Does so successfully. G. Dillon tries a centering pass. Misses Keys, but finds Beastly Italian, who tries a shot. But Richard P blocks it and has another breakaway. Can he make it 2 for the Caribou? No, he cannot. A great pair of saves there from Otter. And he's given his team one last chance to tie this game, and at the very least salvage another point. As the Caribou now looking to make it 2 on the stick of Randy. Shot is wide. This is probably the last chance for the Stachios to tie this game. G. Dillon tries a stretch pass to Keys. Finds Keys, centering pass to Beastly Italian, but his touch was too poor. Stachios can't get the shot on goal. Nor do they manage to score in this second game, and just like that, this game ends 1-0. A pair of 1-0 games there. Alley Cat and Rogue each with a shutout. Otter there in that second game, unfortunately, let in 1 goal, and just like that, this pair of games has come to an end. They've split the series. And that should be the end of today's broadcast. Closing thoughts? A lot of counterattacks. Didn't quite expect the team to be playing that good for counterattacking style, but it was fun to watch. And the second game totally changed their lineup. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them in the end, but at least they put up a good showing, only losing 1-0. But they'll definitely have to work on some of those last man backs, both teams, as they both gave up plenty of breakaways. But other than that, I think that should do for today's stream. Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning into this edition of the PHL. That's the end of today's fixture. This is Baroob signing off.